Hello the internet, and welcome to another CNRL Library Innovation Studio home workshop where we show you how to grow vegetables in your own garden. Today we're going to try growing vegetables from seed for free. Now, when it actually comes time to plant vegetables in the ground, I may well be buying and using seedlings, but trying to grow from seed is a very economical way of growing your own vegetables. All you're going to need is egg cartons, dirt from your garden, or you may want to invest in some potting mix, and a spoon, water, see-through plastic bread bags, as well as a pair of scissors and a pen. Now, I know what you're saying, you can't always get seeds for free unless you've already grown and harvested your own. Well, sometimes you can. If you go to Tamworth Library and other libraries listed below, you can often find a seed library where you can get seeds for free. We'll show you how it's done. So get your egg box. I'm just going to trim this little bit off because it's not going to be needed and it might be a little in the way. Now we have to poke some drainage holes in the bottom of each one. So just a couple on the side. We're going to try not to overwater our seeds, of course. This will make sure they're never in a pool of water that'll make them rot. And now I'm going to trim off the lid. What we're going to do is use this as a tray underneath. So when we water our seedlings, it'll go through the little holes at the bottom, and this tray makes a perfect little water catching tray. It's going to get pretty floppy after a while, so later on we will put these on a big plastic tray just so we can move them around easily when we need to, and if the water soaks out it doesn't cause too many problems. Start putting in dirt. Now if you're using dirt from your garden, you want to go through and make sure you get rid of all the little sticks and stones that you're going to find in there, because they will really get in the way of your seeds trying to grow upwards. If you find any big pieces, take them out, get rid of them. If you have a little bit of money to spare, it is worth investing in some potting mix. All the nutrients your plants will need to grow are in there. There's less sticks and stones, though you still will need to go through them a little bit and pull out the larger bits. We need to give our seeds the best possible chance of being able to sprout out of the top of the soil. You're adding little. Don't press down, just pour it in and just make sure it's in the right spot. There we go. Now, for my seeds. Open the pack carefully. Look inside, see if your seeds are loose or if there's another little packet inside. So these ones are chives. Now, if there are instructions on your packet, follow them. Otherwise, a good rule of thumb is that the size of your seed is going to dictate how deep it's going to go into the dirt. They're going to go about 3 times as deep as they are big. So here's one little seed here. So 1, 2, 3. It's going to go down that much into the dirt. Grab yourself a stick, make a little hole about as deep as you think it needs to be, and drop it in. And then just gently put the soil back over the top of your seed. So just put 2 or 3 seeds in each one, gently covering them up with soil. And once we've got the whole thing done, time to water. You don't want to flood your seeds, otherwise they will rot. And just start with a few drops. You don't want to knock the soil everywhere. Look how that's just dripping, gently dripping. Because the dirt is so dry, the water might flow in all directions. We don't want to wash the seeds away, we don't want to wash the dirt away. So what we'll do is we'll put a few drops in each one, and then we'll come back to the start, put a few more drops in, until we've got nice moist soil. So if you have a mister, this is how you do that. See, not much is coming out. Move on to the next one. Now, you're going to water these twice a day, and you're not going to be using much water each time. You don't want the soil to be absolutely saturated at all. You don't even want it to be soaked, you just want it to be moist. So what you'll do is you give it a touch and go, does that feel a little bit wet, or is it completely dry? If it feels, if you can see liquid on your finger, that doesn't need any water. If you can feel liquid on your finger, it doesn't need any water. If you can't feel anything, it needs some. So now I've planted these chives, you need to get a pen and just write somewhere what they are. Chives. Now get your bread bag and slip them in. Now we don't want to seal up the end or anything like that. The idea is just to help to trap some heat in here. And twice a day, when we come to water them, we'll take it completely out to water and we'll leave it there while we're watering all the other ones and then slip it back in again. As we're going to be moving these around a fair bit, it's probably a good idea to put this on something else, especially if you've got lots of trays. Now I'll get on with the rest of my seedlings. Okay, those are my climbing beans, which were donated to Tamworth Library by a 9-year-old. Purple climbing beans donated to the library last year by someone called Jenny. Thanks very much, Jenny. You don't exactly borrow seeds from the library because you're not going to be giving them back, obviously. But the idea is you get free seeds, and some people, they might be able to harvest seeds off of their plants and donate those back to the library. But you don't have to do that. In a future workshop, we'll definitely cover harvesting seeds, whether for your own use the next year or for donating to the library seed library. So now I've got all my seeds on the tray. I've got chives, carrots, beans, beetroot. Ooh, what else we got? We've got strawberries, we've got marigolds, we've got sunflowers. Now I'm going to take this tray and I'm going to put it inside in a warm place where I'm going to see it every day to remind me that I need to spray these, take them out of their bags twice a day until the sprouts start showing above the ground. Okay, it's been less than a week, just slightly less than a week since I started doing this. And this morning, when I went to water my seedlings and take the plastic off as usual, I have sprouts already in less than a week. These are the marigolds, and in this one we have the sunflowers have started to sprout as well. So these now need to go on the windowsill in the daytime to get lots of sunlight. And every day I'll be turning it around just the once so that every day they have a new direction to grow in. We don't want the sprouts growing all in one direction. We want them to have nice, strong, straight stems. I also won't be putting the plastic on in the daytime anymore, not on these ones anyway, because I don't want to cook them. These are quite delicate. At night time I'll put these back on to trap the warmth in. In the daytime that's no longer a good idea, not for the ones that have shot up above the ground. It's very exciting, isn't it? We hope you enjoyed this gardening workshop. Please like, share and subscribe so you and others can join us on the next CNRL Library Innovation Studio online workshop. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all the usual places at Innovation Stew or hashtag Innovation Stew. And check the Home Workshops page on innovationstew.com.au for extra resources. See you next time and happy gardening!